Yeah.
Hi everyone, it's Dom from the WaterBoys.
And Nick, and we're so excited to be with you here today.
Yes, incredibly excited. And we're going to present to you today an overview of our studio. It's the WaterBoys. All of the work that we've done in our journey coming from Pratt Institute and out of that into our studio. And then a lot of the cool projects too, including a sneak peek at some of the work we've done over the course of the past years, and our work that focuses on designing sustainable solutions for our local communities. So first, who are we? So we're the WaterBoys. We refer to ourselves as a research and design studio focused on reimagining how we design sustainable solutions, specifically in our local communities. And more specifically, the team. So you just recently met Nick and I. So in terms of our backgrounds, so I currently work as a product manager and a scientist at L'Oreal, working on sustainability-based projects. And I have a background in both chemistry and product design. And for WaterBoys, I support our design research.
Yeah, and again, my name is Nick Barnett. I have a background in industrial design and product design. Been in the furniture industry for quite a while, so kind of that craftsman bit on there. And I've been a freelancer for the past couple of years. And with the WaterBoys, I focus more on like our industrial design and product design aspects.
And lastly, we have T. So unfortunately, he couldn't make us today on the webcast. But T actually is currently based in Thailand. He works as an art director at a really big creative studio in Thailand, and he supports a lot of the branding and creative efforts from the Waterboy side. And when you think about all of our interdisciplinary talents as they come together, we always refer to ourselves as design managers. We focus on a lot of those principles and the values of that in our work, and you'll hopefully see that in the rest of our presentation. But first, we really wanted to talk about our journey. So our idea for WaterBoys and our idea to create a studio was really incubated at Pratt Institute. Through a lot of our studies across triple bottom line by design, our focus is, of course, on water, waste, and sustainability, and just our passion to really do a lot of cool projects. But along the way in our journey, we can definitely say it was never super linear. Our goal was always to get towards capstone and figure it out after that. But as you can see, it was always without its ups and downs, riding those ups, but then learning a lot from those downs as well. And, you think that, it would tend to change a little bit post capstone and into the rest of our lives, but it's actually stayed a lot of the same. I think we're still on this continuing learning journey. And it's been super interesting to see how we've evolved from where we were at Pratt and now and where we're at as a studio, doing some pretty interesting work that we have a lot of passion for. And while we're at Pratt, I think we kind of break it down in this little timeline of our different projects, from when we were in graduate school to when we were post grad and starting WaterBoys. We went through a series of different ideas and different ventures that we were pursuing, just based off of the different ideas that we had and that we were incubating. Through a lot of our different coursework, whether it was the focus on new ventures, design futures, product design, and then even our capstone, we had a lot of different focuses that really brought in this big theme of water, waste, and then overall sustainability. But I think one of the most interesting things that Nick, T, and I had really figured out or discovered through the process was how much things changed and how dynamic we had to be. The biggest thing was definitely our context. We went from, currently in Pratt at the time, working in a lot of team projects, being on one time zone, having this continuous learning journey, and then taking our ideas a lot from just ideas to presentations. But then once we kind of stepped into this whole zone of our Waterboy studio, we moved from, of course, one team, multi-time zone, and then also, less from just ideas to presentations, but more from ideas to execution. Our process and the way we work, we really focus and ground ourselves in a lot of the design management principles and frameworks, and we follow very closely a mirror of the triple bottom line by design principles, in addition to the 4D model. But overall, the way we best describe it is we try to create value out of our ideas and our imaginations in any project that we do. And again, we really try to ground ourselves in a lot of these principles of design management, focusing, of course, on people, planet, and profit. But I think throughout a lot of our projects, we really understood that culture is really at the heart of it. And I think you'll kind of see this come out as we go through some of our projects and our work too. Culture being one of the grounding and foundational pieces of a lot of the work that we do. And along the way, I think this was great because it really helped us to understand our white space. So we always frame it as an opportunity for us to do better work and to really serve the passions and the principles that we focus on. And so for us, our white space is really how we provide design services and create sustainable solutions for small businesses that represent our local communities. So really taking our design research and our application focus on those topics of wastewater and sustainability. And I think the biggest point here is, along the way, we've learned so much and we're continuing to learn. And this has really helped us to form a lot of perspectives that we tend to inject into a lot of our work that you'll see here. And these themes, some of them, the first we'll go through is that sustainability is often inconvenient. This is definitely one of the grounding perspectives we have in a lot of our projects. And we look to sort of change that framework and really bring in that topic that tends to sit at the back of sustainability a lot, being more convenient. The second is reduce, reuse, and regenerate, taking a little bit of a step further off of circularity, how we can also think about models that really iterate off of themselves to not only reduce waste, but then create and produce more value. And then next is this focus for us, which is this hyper local focus on the communities we represent in Brooklyn, now Jacksonville, and then also in Thailand, and how we're really focused on creating value for local communities through our work. And then lastly, that grounding aspect from design management, how our work should always reflect the cultures that we operate in and that we want to serve. So those are how we've kind of grounded ourselves. And now we'll have Nick take you to some of those projects that we've been working on that demonstrate some of these perspectives.
Yeah, and so our first project, which we put out, I guess the summer of last year, is the WaterBoys service. And this was one that was born out of our last year in the DM program, and that we actually continued into a business and then transitioned into that studio. And so the WaterBoys service is a circular water bottle service that provides a more sustainable and convenient alternative to your traditional or conventional bottled water. And so kind of what that looks like is traditional bottled water is this very much this linear process. You pick it up at a store, you drink it, maybe refill if you're bold enough, and then you throw it away, and that goes to a landfill. Very rarely does that actually get recycled. And so for our service, we kind of wanted to rethink that, focusing on the water and then the waste aspect. So the Water Boy service is, imagine it, you still pick it up again, you drink the water, you refill it, which we encourage you to, and then you'll actually return the water bottle to one of our convenient drop-offs and just in your neighborhood or local community. We'll service that, fill it back up with fresh, good water, and then we'll put it back in the store and you can pick it up again. And so that's kind of this model we're going off of. And so kind of the rest of this project too, we really wanted to bring that to life. And that's kind of part of our process. Like, how can we envision this and kind of see that in our communities? And, so here it is too, just how it looked like in the bodega in the corner in New York. And we really focused too, at the time, we were in Williamsburg all together. So that was our local community, and that's where we focused with this project. So this is how we saw it. And then on the corner of Joe's too, this would be like our convenient drop off. So once you're finished with that bottle too, and it's the stainless steel bottle, you put it back in one of these drop offs that are all around the community, and then we would pick that up. They could also be at a coffee shop too. So your local coffee shop on the corner, kind of a different iteration of this and what that drop off might look like, but still very much a part of the community in that same look. And once these are all picked up too, we really wanted to leverage these kind of micro factory ideas. And so how we could have a facility in a community that'd be small enough to function well, also service, and then be decentralized enough so that we can move it to another community as well. And again, this is how we vision that, and this kind of just helps us bring it to life. And then lastly, just as important is we really had to think about, kind of what like that local branding might look like or that campaign and just how you could see this in the community. So here we have it for Brooklyn. And we also had some other fun iterations too of like what it would look in my hometown, Jacksonville, and what that could be, and as well as T's hometown, Bangkok. So, and what these services could do there. So this is only a snapshot too of the Water Boys. There's a lot more you can kind of see on our website, but we also kind of wrapped that up and we wanted to move into our next project. So this is called Wasted. And this is one we're working on right now. We're about to release it, but it's again enabling circular waste behaviors that create and retain value for the communities. And this one is quite fun too. And I guess what we're focusing on the idea of mass waste to kind of illustrate this, which has been a big problem throughout the past couple of years, which I think we're all aware of. But how we can focus on that and the materiality of it, and then how we can retain and create value for that community with it. So stay tuned for that. We're very excited to launch it, and that should be coming out soon too. So, and here's our logo for it as well. We're pumped for it. But and that's all right now. I think we kind of have a quick presentation. We just want to tell you a little bit about who we are and what we do, and just show you that with the projects. But please feel free to like drop us a line in the DMs, email us, reach out. We'd love to share some more work. You can see it at our website. But yes, please, if you have any questions too, I think we have some time for a quick Q&A, and we'd love to hear your thoughts. Thank you again.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you.